Good morning, world. I am Judy, your web-based therapist, making therapy accessible and convenient for our clients in Florida and New York, and of course, sharing information worldwide. Today, I want to talk about 5 things that you need in order to get to hyperfocus. Hyperfocus, for those who don't know, is a state of intense concentration that people with ADHD can sometimes experience. We know that one of the traits identified or associated with ADHD is difficulty focusing or difficulty concentrating, that inattention, the person having difficulty staying or focusing on a task for too much of a long time. So hyperfocus is the absolute opposite, where the person is able to stay focused and concentrate on one task for hours. So today we're talking about 5 things that need to be in place in order to get to hyperfocus. But before we get into that, I want to take a quick moment and say, if you are subscribed, thank you so very much for being a subscriber. And if you are not yet subscribed, please be sure to click the link below so that you can and subscribe. And of course, make sure you click the bell so that you are notified when I post new videos, which I am doing a little bit more regularly now. And of course, if you would like to buy 1 or 3 of my books, there's a link below that will take you to the website that will show you, that gives you all the options of places that you can get 3 or 1 or 3 of my books. Okay, so first, you need to find a way to make it something interesting. In order to get into hyperfocus, it needs to be something that you're interested in, something that you find interesting, something that captures your attention. So find a way to associate something fun, something exciting, something that is of interest to you. It's not just, hey, this sounds like fun, but it's, hey, this is fun to me. This is super exciting to me. This is captivating to me. So when you find a way to make a task more captivating, you have a greater chance of getting into that state of hyperfocus, because one of the main things that is required is a sense of interest, that in order for it to captivate, to just grab you. Hyperfocus is not just, hey, you're super concentrating on something. It grabs you, it takes you in, it brings you into the vortex. So make sure find a way to make it something that is interesting. 2, create an environment that is conducive to getting started as well as continuing uninterrupted work. Because with hyperfocus, it does grab you and it sucks you into that task or that whatever it is that you're doing. But in order to even get to that point, you have to first get started. And the other thing that you're going to need is to have an uninterrupted environment, because I've talked before about the importance of having an office or having work area that is away from all the action. I mentioned the importance of, hey, if you have a chance, if you have a choice, get an office that's all the way down the hall where other people are not passing by and interrupting you. You need to create an environment that is conducive to uninterrupted work, where you're not constantly being disrupted or being disturbed by things that are going on around you, things that are going on outside your office, people dropping by and things like that. So that you're able to get in there and start working and focus on it, so that you can get to that space of, being sucked in. 3, set exciting benchmarks. With ADHD, one of the things that that a person is constantly looking for is change, which is why people often like to multitask or at least multi-start. So finding exciting benchmarks is a way to stay or be engaged in the same activity, but constantly be moving. So for instance, if you're building something, maybe a benchmark is building phase 1, building this component, building that component. If you're designing something, whatever it is, set benchmarks that are exciting, but of course, exciting to you, because what is exciting to me may be absolutely completely boring to you, and vice versa. So make sure that you're setting exciting benchmarks, because that will give you something to look forward to and something to get excited about. Once you reach that benchmark, you do get that burst of energy, that feeling, that sense of accomplishment, which also is important in being able to get into that into that hyper focus state, being able to get a sense of accomplishment, a sense of fulfillment from the work that you're doing. So setting benchmarks would be a great way to do that. And of course, setting exciting benchmarks that you're looking forward to accomplishing gets you in there even better. 4, focus on working and enjoying the work. Don't go in and, hey, let me try to get into hyperfocus. No. Focus on doing the work that you're doing. Focus on enjoying the work that you're doing. Because it's in enjoying and doing the work and enjoying the work that is how you get sucked in. You don't mentally make yourself, I'm gonna get sucked in, I'm gonna get sucked in, I'm getting into hyperfocus. No. But when you create that environment, when you're in there, when you're working and you're really focusing and you're really enjoying the work and you're getting that excitement, you're getting the thrill of enjoying this work that you're doing, that is how you get into that space of, oh, I got sucked into this. I've been working on this thing for hours. So make sure that you are, focusing on the work and not so much trying to get to hyperfocus. 5, have a gentle but clear cue to let you know when it's time to move on. A lot of times people with ADHD can get a little bit anxious about, hey, okay, I have this coming up, I have that coming up, I have this coming up. Even though I keep saying, have a calendar that beeps. That way you don't have to keep remembering it in your head. The calendar will tell you. So one way to get, another thing that you need is to make sure that you have a clear cue to let you know when it's time to get out or to move on, because that will free your mind. That will free you from having to remember this. So you're not saving a little brain compartment to, hey, remember to pick up the kids. Remember to pick up the kids. You're not saving a little bit of brain space or constantly using a little bit of brain space to focus on, hey, reminding you to do things. You already have the reminder. That way you're free to just delve in and really focus on whatever it is that you're doing and know confidently that when it's time to move forward, or move on, you're gonna know. But make sure, like I mentioned, make it a gentle reminder. Don't make it some big, loud, as good, as effective as that is at getting people to get up and do things. When you are in that moment of super concentration, that hyper focus moment, it's not the best idea to be jarred out. A gentle reminder, something soft, something that is deliberate, something that is going to be definitely clear, that you can't miss, that is going to grab your attention, but is not going to give you a quick jolt or scare you or make you jump. Just maybe soft music that gradually goes up or something like that. Okay, so let's do a quick recap. 1, find a way to make it something that is interesting, but most importantly, interesting to you. 2, create an environment that is conducive to getting started and working uninterrupted, because you don't want people, especially as you're getting into that Zen or that super focus state, you don't want people coming in and to, disrupt you every time you start getting there. 3, set exciting benchmarks, because that it gives you that sense of accomplishment, that sense of excitement that comes with, or that is important to hyperfocus. 4, focus on working and enjoying the work. Don't focus on getting to hyperfocus. Just take your time, focus on working and enjoying the stuff and enjoying the work that you're doing. And before you know it, you just might get sucked in. You might not. It doesn't always happen, but you have a better chance of getting sucked in if you're just focusing on, hey, let me enjoy this work I'm doing. And finally, have gentle but clear cue to let you know when it's time to move on. Make sure that it's not something jarring, something that's going to scare you and make you jump, because in hyperfocus, you're not exactly paying attention to the whole world around you. So make sure that it's something nice and gentle, but definitely clear to let you know, hey, time to go. Okay, as always, if you or someone you know happens to be going through something that's more than you can handle, please remember that there are professionals like myself who are available, able, and willing, and are even providing remote services who can help you with whatever you may have going on. So please figure out who those people are in your community so that if you need them, you can reach out and get the help that you need. And that is all we have for today. Good morning, world. Have an awesome day.